Today we are going to do something new for this channel. I have done a what I eat in a day video before, but today I'm going to do not necessarily what I eat in a week, because that kind of changes on depending on what I make also for this channel, but this is going to be more of a let's meal prep with meat carnivore for a week-ish. And the best part is that at the end of this video we are going to vacuum seal everything in the WeVac CV12 Pro vacuum chamber. I cannot wait for that part because it's so satisfying. When it comes to the meal prep itself, this is not everything that I'm going to meal prep. To be quite honest, I just didn't want to put meat in more trays and then I have to wash them, you know. If you want me to say it, I'll say it. I'm lazy. I'm lazy like that, so I just don't want to do it. However, the game plan is this. First, we are going to cook some meatballs. Number 2 is we are going to make some of these bacon rolls. I made a video on them, so I will also put, of course, a link in the description, and I'll just show you quickly how I make them. Then we are going to make some beef jerky, ground beef jerky, which is going to be a separate video. That video should already be live. Then we have chicken wings, we have some chicken, we have some steak, and that's that. So let's just get busy. First the meatballs, because we also, of course, after cooking them, we need to let them cool down. So I'm just taking half a kilo of, or 1 pound of ground beef, adding 1 egg, also adding some salt, or a lot of salt, and around half of this, so like 75 grams, it's maybe like 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Yeah, around this much. Mix it all together. Now simply form them in any shape, any size that you want. For the first time ever, I actually had the patience to make 18 meatballs. Cannot be 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 meatballs. So now I'm going to air fry these at 190 degrees Celsius for around 8 to 10 minutes. We will check on them. And while they are cooking, let me tell you about WeVac. Okay, I present to you the WeVac CV12 Pro. This is a beast. If I thought I had the space shuttle, then this is the space chamber. Before I tell you a little bit more about this vacuum sealing chamber, let me just tell you a little story of how funny things turned out to be. So you see, I have been looking for vacuum sealers for at least, I don't know, like half a year at least. The thought has been popping in my mind that I want one, that I just want to meal prep more and think even less about food than I already do. But I kind of somehow didn't end up going for any, and the reason was that I couldn't simply decide on which one. And at the same time, while I was doing the research a couple of weeks ago, I just opened my email and WeVac had reached out to me if I would love to try out and tell you guys about the WeVac CV12 Pro. And well, of course I said yes, because I'm genuinely interested, and I checked out other videos of people trying it out and they seem to love it, so I thought, hey, why not? That's why I said yes, and so far I'm very impressed. Actually, the first day when it came just before I was leaving for a week. I was going abroad to visit my family, but I was so excited when I unpacked it because I thought, holy smokes, it's so crazy. I love how wild it is. It's technically a commercial vacuum chamber, right? But yeah, to go back, the first day I was so excited to try it out, and I didn't have anything to vacuum seal because, well, I was about to leave for a week. I vacuum sealed a couple of things. Let me show you. So I vacuum sealed a deck of cards. I would love to show you guys a card trick, but well, maybe another time. They actually used to be my hobby, fun fact, when I was younger. These are my socks, the clean socks. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. So I did vacuum seal some of these. I don't know, I should take a knife to open them and check the freshness. Yeah, you see, socks. Alright, enough about the socks. Let's just get to business so we can start vacuum sealing, because I'm so excited and I cannot wait. The biggest difference, and also kind of the explanation of the size, is that this is a vacuum chamber. What does that exactly mean? That means that it doesn't suck out the air just from the bag, it does it in this whole chamber. So it creates a vacuum atmosphere and then it seals the bag. which also lets you vacuum things like liquids without spilling them. I haven't tried that yet, but we are going to try that one out. You can also marinate, and of course I know that we are in the life of carnivores, we don't really have a lot of marinades. I know that I could use maybe some fish sauce, and that's why I'm asking your guys' help, because I would love to make a video where we marinate some meat. So if you have some ideas, let me know and I will gladly try them out. It also can vacuum seal external containers. I don't have any anymore because the ones I had were super plastic, and I'm kind of trying to get rid of plasticky things if I can. But essentially you are using this thing that comes with the vacuum chamber, and here inside you would just connect it to the valve, and then you could suck out the air from a container. Additionally, you can also use it to seal your mason jars. Currently, in terms of availability, this one, so the WeVac CV12 Pro, is only available in the United States. In Australia and the UK, you can get CV12, so without the Pro, and CV10, and in Canada only the CV10 for now. And also I was told that in around 2 months this exact model is coming to Europe, so that's exciting. And also I was given the opportunity to anybody who's interested in this model to use code MEATCARNIVORE for a 15% discount. So far I have used it a couple of times. We are going to put it to the test today, and there's really only technically 2 downsides. One, depending on the size of your kitchen, and as you guys know, my kitchen is... You basically now see most of my kitchen. I don't know if you can see the fridge, but there's a fridge and that's it. I don't really have place for it in my kitchen. Of course, that downside can kind of be countered with the fact that, well, I'm using it once a week, right? Or maybe twice a week, depending on the meal prep. I'm going to use it, my girlfriend will use it. Well, I just put it elsewhere and carry it to the kitchen when needed. It's not so crazy. The second thing, yeah, of course, it is pricey. It does cost more than $400. Might not fit everybody's budget. However, it also something that I have learned, especially after Typhoon, is that for things that you want to use often for a long time, it's kind of worth spending that money. That's just my opinion, right? I'm not trying to convince you that, hey, you should buy a WeVac only because of like my belief, but that's kind of something I'm learning as well. Because believe me, I'm cheap. I will buy the cheapest possible things if I can, but I'm trying to sometimes change it a bit. And things like this are helping me change it, because now, for example, we bought a vacuum cleaner and we splashed out. So, and it's worth it. So that's worth considering. But these are really so far the only 2 downsides I can see. Very curious about the liquid part. That might be a downside if it fails, but we'll see. Yeah, so let's continue cooking, let's continue meal prepping, and let's test this thing out together. I'm so excited, I cannot wait anymore. All right, so the second thing that I'm preparing are these Slavinka meat bacon roll-up things. I will also put the link of the video somewhere here and in the description for the full recipe, but essentially the base is the same as we just did for the meatballs, so cheese, meat and egg. You don't need cheese in these. Cheese, I have actually never put in cheese, but once somebody, when I made the recipe, I think in the comments, suggested me to put cheese, and I tried, and it was great. So now I like to occasionally put in cheese in them, but the original recipe actually consists of half beef and half pig, but I didn't buy any ground pig, and that's why I'm just using beef with cheese and egg. So I'll just mix it all up, and then I will show you once how we roll them. In the meantime, the meatballs are also ready, so I'm just setting them aside to cool, because we need to really cool them down. But yeah, this is the end product of what we are making. Of course, these you can also pre-cook if you want. I just like to cook from frozen. This is what you need to do. One like this, one like this, and then the last one vertically over this horizontal one, just like that. Of course, you can also make them any size you want. You can do double, go wild. And then you first fold up the sides like that, these two, and roll and roll and roll and roll, and you have a Dutch award-winning thing, dish, meat roll. And from this half a kilo of ground beef, I made 8 pieces. So I'm just going to freeze them 4 and 4. That's usually enough for me for dinner. Maybe not necessarily one meal a day, but I also eat some cottage cheese. I will first explain you what we have here, also kind of how I eat it. Then we are going to vacuum it. Then we are going to run the test, and then it's kind of a wrap. So what I have 4 times of like 250 gram chicken fillet cut into cubes. This is mostly for my girlfriend, to be honest. Maybe we'll use 1 packet to make the chicken recipe that I made a couple of videos ago, or maybe if there's some video idea with chicken that pops out, that's what I'm going to use this for. So we have 4 times this. Then we have 2 packets of chicken wings. I do love chicken wings personally. Sometimes when watching right now hockey, or next week is also a little some hockey games. Then we have, of course, our slavingi. Of course, we have our meatballs that are now very cold. And I have 2 pieces of a steak. One is a ribeye and the other one is an entrecote. Entrecote. But that's what we have. I will start vacuuming something so we can already put them in the freezer. Oh yeah, last thing that I forgot. I also have here half a kilo of ground beef. Going to a little bit press it out so it defrosts faster later. But this also I just left raw because maybe I'm probably going to use it for a recipe. So that's why I just left it like it is. These bags that WeVac has, they are in 2 sizes. So the big one and the small one, these are the standards. I already tested. You can write easily with a pen and it doesn't smear out. So that's kind of cool. I thought it will smear out, but it doesn't. Let's get to vacuum sealing chambering. So first, I'm going to simply show you from, well, here, and then I'll bring you up close so you can see the action happening. Essentially, I open it up. I'll start with these chicken cubes. This is the sealer itself. So I need to put this bag so that these little legs or cap hold it in. That's the goal here. It really takes no effort. Yeah, so it's in. We are closing the lid. Let's turn it on. So as you can see, it's on pretty much straight. You don't need to wait for anything. It is on automatic, so you can also, you can either choose the automatic or the smart vac. You can do custom vac. I am not vacuuming genius of any sort, so I don't know how long things should be vacuumed for. So for now, I'm just rolling with the smart vac. The machine is supposed to be smarter than me, and that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, there you can just put the time, how long it should be vacuumed yourself. Then we have the seal, which would simply seal things. I mean, if you have people at home, or maybe you are eating something that's in a pack, I don't have anything, but like you can then reseal it, right? Not chips, of course, don't eat chips. And then we have the marination and the accessories mode. The accessory I already showed you, it's this one, those 2 modes. All right, let's just start. So now it is creating the vacuum atmosphere inside of the chamber. I mean, it is, I wouldn't say like it's loud, it's expectedly loud. Let's say it like that. I have heard the one that my parents have, it's something, I would even say it's quieter than what they have. And they have the standard one. I'm gonna put a picture here because I don't know how to explain. But yeah, it's creating now the vacuum inside of the chamber. So I did it for 52 seconds. It is indeed different every single time. And now the most exciting part. I'm gonna bring you up close for this, but so satisfying. And now we wait for a beep and it's done. Voila! Vacuum sealed chicken cubes done. So I'll do the rest of these chicken cubes and I will put them in the freezer, and then I'll bring you up close and show you one. I just remembered that I have a neck tripod, so I can just show you a POV. Yeah, let's just do the steak. So here we have the ribeye. I am putting it in. I'm looking through the camera, so a little bit clumsy. Very simple, just inserting one side there and the other side overlaps, right? So close it down. Now let's press start, and let's see. So it shows you the atmosphere inside and the time, how long it's doing it for. So the chicken it was doing for like 47, 52 seconds on the smart vac mode. Let's see how long the steak goes for, and then the most exciting part. Now you see it's going a little bit longer. Alright, now it is doing the countdown, and oh I love it. I could do it all day long, I think. And it beeps, so it's ready. And voila, here is our steakaroo. Steakaroo goes to the list, and we take the next thing and we repeat it. Oh, this POV camera is actually fun. I don't know why I'm not using it more. You guys should let me know if I should use this POV camera more. I mean, it is fun. Oh, exciting part. Love it. Look at these. Okay, shall we? Let me just try to lift them carefully. And one thing I forgot to tell you is this vacuum sealer, it seals twice, basically, so like a double seal, which is great. No air can escape from the WeVac CV12 Pro. I'm just gonna have so much fun with this. Oh yay, exciting part. Oh, well, that was kind of nice. And the meatballs I'm just going to split into two. Most probably I would eat all them together anyways. I completely forget. So the serving I eat only, so these ones I eat simply with cottage cheese usually. Oh, exciting part. Just in time. I eat them with cottage cheese. Chicken wings I eat just like chicken wings. Ground beef, we're gonna make something out of it. For the meatballs, I'm probably going to make the cheese sauce that I usually do. And here inside is completely clean. Nothing goes out, which is cool. And now let's do cooked meatballs. I think it's going to be just fine. Don't see any problem. It did the cooked meatballs just amazingly. Perfect, I think. Alright, so all of our things have been vacuum sealed and ready to be frozen or refrigerated, of course, longer than it normally can be. Now for the test, the liquid test, before we end. I've also wanted to show you that they have these patent pending bags that also we were of course using, and they are also offering this box where you can cut whatever size you need, either from the wide bags or the more narrow ones. Just going to try out the narrow ones. Oh, it's very simple. So like that. Of course, right now it is not a bag. So first we want to seal one side like this, close it down, press the seal button, very quick, barely got back in time, so it's done. Now it is sealed, so now it's a bag. And of course, yeah, I'm not going to make any soup today. I'm just going to put in water in this bag. I mean, that's liquid. I wanted to do coffee, but I thought, well, if this fails, the test, I think water is easier to clean up, less messy. So I just put in this much water, little bit more than half, I would say. Yeah, I'm being a bit more careful here because, well, it's liquid and I know myself. But let's press play and run away, I guess. So I can see that there's some bubbles going on. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll find out. Okay, there's no water anywhere. It's very dry. Let me turn it off. This is our water. I mean, well, look at all what we prepared today. I'm very happy. I would like to thank, of course, WeVac for finding me in the right time, I would say, before I bought something that I would regret and probably not even think about vacuum sealing anymore. So thank you so much. And once again, as I said, this exact model is available in the United States. This is the CV12 Pro. In UK and Australia, you can get the CV12 or CV10, and in Canada, the CV10. 15% discount using the code MEATCarnivore, and happy vacuuming! what can I say? Of course, as always, I would love to thank the channel members. You can join if you want. You don't have to. You being here is more support than I could ever ask for. Recently, we hit 25,000 subscribers. That's just crazy. So thank you so much, guys. Other than that, thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave a like, comment, and I'll meet you here next time on Meat Carnivore. Ciao!